This is the major airport endorsement covering approach in Copenhagen for S3. There is plenty to read, on top of course of rebrushing your S2 stuff and S3 pre-training stuff. It's gonna be all about the specifics of Copenhagen. So here is the relatively quick overview of everything you will read about now. This is Copenhagen. This was the small Castro control zone you were controlling before, going up to 1500. Now you need to control a TMA. Two, in fact. Copenhagen TMA and Roskilde TMA, lying there kind of like a shelf. Both together combined under the name Copenhagen Area. This airspace stretches from 1500 feet, with some local variations, up until flight level 195. How the exact structure of these two TMAs are, you can find it in, you guessed it, the LOP. Here there are two chapters in fact. Chapter 2, which is dealing with the airborne part of Copenhagen, and Chapter 5 dealing with all the aspects of Roskilde. And since you control top-down, you will need to learn about the tower procedures for Roskilde as well. In this beautiful airspace of Copenhagen TMA, you have 10 SIDs going in different directions. They are cleared, as you know, to flight level 70, 4000 for 1230. And since you know your airspace goes to flight level 195, you clear them to flight level 190. And you can turn them, well, after they pass the initial points on the departure. This is for noise reasons. Once you're clear of that, you can send them direct as far as the last point on the SID. Except Veda, where you can only send them to Novbu. How come? Well, this is because there is such a thing as an LOA. Agreement between countries, letters of agreement. And as you are controlling next to Sweden, you need to read and understand this LOA we have with them. Once they're approaching the end of your airspace, you must send them either to Copenhagen Control or to Sweden Control, depending on which SID and who is online. 4 sectors are possible: EKDK Delta, EKDK Bravo, Sweden Sector Kilo, or Sweden Sector Lima. These beautiful SIDs are of course intertwined by 5 standard terminal arrival routes, or stars. They are passing through the SIDs like a web, and you must take careful action in avoiding collision. Luckily for you, they are handed over at 5 different levels. All have that in common, that they are above level 80, keeping them clear of the SIDs at level 70. Well, one is just cleared so low that all the departures are above it anyway, but the result is the same. When they're handed over to you, you must follow them in. But, well, who are you? Actually, you can be several different yous. Basically 5 different U's. You can be west or east approach, splitting the airport right down the middle, or you can also be the final approach, guiding the airplanes into the ILS from their vector fix. You can also be west or east departure, working in tandem, controlling basically the same airspace as east and west approach, respectively, but handling departures. If east and west approach are online with only each other, they just split the departure between them, depending on the direction. If east and west departure are online, they basically do the same. If either east or west departure is online by themselves, they control all the departures, regardless of how many approaches are online. If the final approach is online, you must transfer the airplanes to him, abeam the airfield as per the criteria of the LOP AD237. This one we will come back to quite a few times, so just learn it now. Finally, we'll put them in with optimally 5 nautical miles of separation, but as low as 3 nautical miles. Less than 3 nautical miles, you have to do a go-around. Unless they are within 5 miles of the airport, because then they are in the tower airspace and basically his problem. So that will get you started. Read through the Aerodrome 2 chapter. It's pretty easy to get to, and definitely look through Roskilde in chapter 5 as well, because that airport is as wicked as they come, with ridiculous taxi routes, weird climb-outs, non-standard arrivals, and approaches, one more annoying than the other. So hey, enjoy your course, and thanks for watching.